Here in this video, I'm going to be doing a trailer reaction to the first official trailer for Lilo and Stitch, the first full look at the film in this trailer that just got released today. Now, at the time I'm recording this video, it's 9 p.m. over here in California. The trailer's been out all day, essentially, since like 8 a.m. or something like that. I was at work, but I told myself wasn't going to watch the trailer, wanted to do a trailer reaction for it. Got home and I just had one thing to do on top of another. Before I knew it, it was about 9 o'clock and I figured, well, if I'm gonna do the trailer reaction, I better do it right now. And yeah, I want to do this trailer reaction because I am looking forward to this film to see what they do with this remake of Lilo and Stitch. I feel like this is the first Disney remake in a while that's had actually like some positive momentum in terms of people looking forward to it. I think the last time that happened was like Beauty and the Beast or The Lion King a few years ago, before everyone got so cynical when it comes to Disney remakes. For good reason, because it is a blatant cash grab. But Lilo and Stitch is just one of those properties, man, where it's just got such great appeal. It's loved by many, and I think it's been long enough to where people are curious to see what they would do with a remake. Just in terms of how's the movie going to look, just because you have to have a bunch of CGI for Lilo and Stitch. We've gotten to see how Stitch looks through some creative promos for marketing they've done in the last, few months or whatever, since they officially revealed him last year. But just so much of the film just hasn't been seen, just basically all of the film, just in terms of the general basic look. The other aliens, I want to see what they're going to do with all of those characters like Jumba, Pleakley, Gantu, the opening space scene. And just, is the movie, is it going to go like the 2019 Lion King route and be a just blatant carbon copy? Or is it going to try to do, something different? I always like it when it's kind of, halfway, where it is following the spirit of that original film in a, familiar kind of way, but doing enough different things to make it stand out on its own. Who knows what this one's going to do? Like I said, I'm really excited to see this trailer just because there's been nothing shown about this film. But we're going to see it right now. Getting ready to watch the trailer. Here we go. My dog wants to watch the trailer too. Can't wait to see this. All right. Get my volume up. All right, can't wait to see this. Watching in 3, 2, 1. Click.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He's trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one. What hideous planet is caught in your crosshairs?
Shooting star! I wish for a friend. Like a best friend.
What the hell?
He is your responsibility. Got it. We promise.
Yeah.
Down from there!
Look like an
Control him. Hey, what are you doing? No, it's awesome. I'll take it.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Rough.
We are not keeping the same.
Family means family. Family means nobody is left behind or forgotten.
Stitch that.
Sometimes family isn't perfect. That doesn't mean they aren't good.
Oh, it seems a lot smaller.
I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
Agent Cobra bubbles.
We have a no, Cobra. Oh my god.
No. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, Stitch. 1.
Wow, that felt like a long trailer. Oh my god, I kept going and going. But holy crap, wow. I wanted to see the first look of the film, and that was definitely something to see in terms of just a lot of the stuff that was shown and that little glimpse at the end of Pleakley. I guess I'll get to that at the end and just kind of going chronologically what we're talking about here. But yeah, just I thought that was just so cool to see that opening space scene, you know, in terms of Stitch's escape when he's in the red suit and all of that, just because, you know, it's a Lilo and Stitch remake. You got to obviously have that scene. And that scene, they're showcasing all the stuff. They showed like the Grand Councilwoman from behind. That looked kind of interesting. Like I said, you got to put money into making that stuff look good. Originally, this movie was supposed to be for Disney Plus, and then I guess they made a decision that, you know, it's got the potential to make some money, so they put it in theaters. Hopefully that means they put some money behind it. But the CGI, for the most part, everything I see looks pretty solid in terms of, you know, just the look, the rendering. Obviously, it can get a little better with the months it has till the movie comes out. But I think the best part is that Stitch's live action model. I mean, it looks amazing. It looks perfect how it should be. You know, no crazy shenanigans in terms of trying to make it look too different. They didn't ugly Sonic or Shrek 5 this shit. They just made it look like how it should. So I think Stitch himself looks great. So it was that looks great. I think it was cool to see the opening space cruiser scene. When the trailer, when it gets to the story, it does kind of seem like it kind of confirmed that it is going that route of, you know, obviously trying to follow the story of the original movie as expected. But it seems like a lot of it, there are, you know, a lot of scenes that are gonna, you know, kind of invoke what that original movie's going for. But then the trailer showcase, you know, some different sequences in terms of some stuff like, you know, that was not in the original movie. So that's kind of cool that you don't just follow it beat for beat, even though the general story path will be the same. But I do like what I saw in the trailer. Like, I think the whole thing is you got to nail that whole, besides just the CG and the look, you got to nail the whole Stitch and Lilo dynamic. I mean, the name of the movie is Lilo and Stitch, and that movie was so great because you really felt the bond between their friendship. You know, two weirdos from different parts of the universe, you know, just happened to come together, and they happened to be the perfect match for each other, and they needed each other. And that the vibe, I mean, it's just a trailer, but you can see that the little girl that's playing Lilo, I think she's up for the task, so that's very good in that respect. Casting for the other stuff, you know, I saw a little bit of Nani. That was cool. I forgot about Cobra Bubbles, man. That was cool to see him. Although I gotta say, it was kind of a missed opportunity, I think, to where in the original movie he was voiced by Ving Rhames, and Ving Rhames does look like Cobra Bubbles in the actual movie. I mean, he's just a huge kind of looking black guy, you know, bald head. He's got that kind of look. I thought it would be kind of cool if they could have cast him in the movie. That would have been kind of cool casting, just like how they have The Rock actually playing Maui in the live action remake after he voiced him. And on that note, I think it's actually really cool that they have the original voice actor of Stitch, the actual director of that film, Chris Sanders, coming to voice Stitch, and he still sounds great as the character. You know, it still sounds like that character, even though I'm sure it's been years since he actually voiced him fully. I mean, the last thing, the Lilo and Stitch franchise ended in, at least the North American franchise ended in 2006. So, you know, we're talking about almost 20 years ago now since there was anything in terms of Lilo and Stitch that he really voiced, at least fully. But he sounds great as that character. So that's cool they showed that. What's actually cool about this trailer is that actually there's still a lot of the movie still to be seen, you know, and showed the basic stuff in terms of, you know, showing the glimpse of the outer space stuff when it comes to Stitch's escape from space and just the basic things in terms of him meeting up with Lilo and those kind of vibes in the film. But just a lot of other things, like at the end of the trailer it showed a glimpse of, you know, of Pleakley, to where I guess the casting they have for that, the two guys that they cast as Jumba and Pleakley, that iconic duo from that movie. I know you have Zach Galifianakis who's playing Jumba. I don't know the guy who's playing Pleakley. I have to look it up. But it looks like what they're doing in the film is that in this movie, instead of them like in the cartoon, original movie, them just wearing some, you know, lazy disguises and fooling people, you know, that's the way it works in that movie, wouldn't work in live action. So it looks like here in this movie, they're using holograms, and you saw that kind of glimpse of Pleakley. That was kind of surreal just to see that. Like, oh man, the model looks kind of what you would expect from in terms of following how they did with Stitch in terms of, you know, just taking that original cartoon version and just making it look like live action, just in terms of the rendering and all that. Definitely weird at first to see. I can't wait to see what Jumba looks like. On that account, I want to see what Gantu is going to look like. The Gantu, not really the villain of the movie, but he's the one that sort of goes after Stitch at the end. That's going to be amazing to see as well, just in terms of how they pull that off, because he's just a giant whale shark looking dude. So that's why I was really looking forward to this trailer, just to see all the stuff that was not shown in the marketing so far. Like I said, this movie, it first got kind of showcased at D23 back in August, and the only marketing that there's been for this film has just been little stuff here and there that kind of parodies other Disney movies, kind of like what they did for the original marketing for Lilo and Stitch, back in the day, where they did parodies of him, jumping into like the trailer for Beauty and the Beast or The Lion King, Aladdin, old school stuff like that. They've kind of done stuff like that for the marketing for this movie so far, so that's cool that they're paying tribute to that, where he's jumping into Moana 2 or The Lion King. I'm sure they'll do something for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs coming out next week, that movie, that remake, so that's cool. But it was cool to actually see the first kind of glimpse of this film. Like I said, really looking forward to this. Lilo and Stitch was a major Disney movie of my childhood. That's really, in terms of my generation of being like a kid in elementary, that was our Disney movie right there. It was the most popular. It got a great TV series, got other sequels and stuff like that. And with this movie, I think if they do it right, it has like legit real franchise potential, just because the big appeal of that Lilo and Stitch franchise, outside of that first great movie, of course, is all the stuff they did with the experiments afterwards, where it's basically Disney's version of Pokemon. All of Stitch's cousins, the other experiments led to a great TV series and all that kind of stuff. Really curious to see. I don't think there's going to be too much of that shown in this movie. I think they want to just stay true to what the original movie showed. But if this movie does good, or great even, good or great, whatever, I think it could lead to like an actual real franchise where they go into and showcase some of the other stuff. I'd love to see some of those other experiments in live action, the iconic ones from that series. I think that would be pretty cool. But this movie on its own, definitely looking forward to it. Kind of a cool trailer, showcase that they're going to go with the music from that original movie, at least based on what this trailer showed, in terms of, obviously, you got to have Elvis, and I'm sure they'll have, some cool copies or sort of redos of those songs from the original movie, like Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride and all that. So this was a trailer I definitely really wanted to see, and it didn't disappoint. Like I said, I actually thought it might show a little bit more in terms of some of the other characters and stuff like that, but that just goes to show that there's a lot to look forward to with this film in terms of what they've shown, and more importantly, what they haven't shown. Like I said, you just get little glimpses of other characters like Pleakley and all that. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff to look forward to with this film. What'll be cool is I'm sure this trailer is going to play in front of Snow White, which comes out next week, another Disney live action remake, so that's likely where they did the trailer now. But in terms of my final grade for this trailer, definitely liked it a lot. Borderlining on, excellent. I thought it was a really well done trailer. Can't wait to see the movie in a couple months now. So yeah, it was about time they released the trailer, because the movie is basically 2 months away at that point. It's kind of insane at this point. It's kind of insane to take that long to release a trailer, but definitely really want to see the movie. So enough rambling. That'll do it for this trailer reaction for the first official trailer for Lilo and Stitch. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching.